So, hello everyone. So, our topic for today will be about magnetic force and magnetic field. So, uh, we'll now proceed with the second part of the electromagnetic discussion or electromagnetism discussion. So, in the previous chapters, starting from chapter 5 to up to chapter 9, I think. Yeah, 9, we have discussed basically about electrostatics. So, and not electrostatics, but rather electricity. In this case, now we'll not proceed with the concept of magnetism or magnetic interactions. So before we uh, dig deeper into the concept of magnetic interactions, let us first distinguish what's the difference between electricity and the electric interactions and the magnetic interactions. Before that, okay, here we have here some examples by the way of devices which uses the concept of magnetism. So we have here the electric motor here, and you have the speakers. We have our oven. So as you can see here, you have the printer and kanipod ato ang kuan kanang mga disc nato sa atong mga CD or DVD players nato. So it consists of a device that uses the concept of magnetism. Another more commonly sa atong ma-encounter is kanang sa compass. Even our compass is also concept as na a concept of the magnetism magyapon. And of course, ang pinaka-famous nga itong ibaw is kanang sa mga magnets na to. It's basically uh, follows the concept of magnetic interactions. And the most famous and isa sa mga murag pinaka ng isa sa pinaka grabe nga contribution to magnetism sa real world application is kanang usually or kanang murag common na not common but somehow sa mga kuan sa mga sikat na Japan particular which is the maglev na train. So magnetic levitation is basically concept of magnetic interaction. So as I mentioned na ako ganina to start with the discussion with our discussion on magnetic interactions, we first define or distinguish what's the difference between electric interactions or electrostatic interactions and magnetic interactions. So remember that last time when we deal with electrostatic interactions, we consider the interaction of charges which are stationary, or we consider the charges to be stationary, which are just at rest. So in electrostatics, as we all already know, a charge responds to the electric field produced by another charge, hence it experiences an electric force. So as I mentioned ako before, uh, a certain electric charge would create an electric field throughout its surrounding vicinity. And within that vicinity, if there's another presence of another charge, that another charge, would now also experience the force because of the electric field because of that charge. So in electrostatics, we basically have the interaction between the charges is simply defined by the electric force. So it's the force of interaction between charges. But remember, that even though uh, the electrostatics are considered when the charges are just at rest, remember that the electric force is present regardless whether the charges are at rest or not. So it's always present permente ang imuhang kwan, ang imuhang charges. On the other hand, I mean, ang electric force rather is present regardless pa if ang charge na to is nag-move or wala. On the other hand, in magnetism, we now move to the study of the interaction of the charges which are now moving. So, particularly moving charges na atong i-consider danhin. So, bear in mind here that what distinguishes magnetism from electrostatics is that a moving charge. So, if you have a moving charge, and it's generally as na-mention ako before in the previous na chapter, if you have a moving charge, these are basically our current. So moving charge would produce a magnetic field. Uh, a moving charge produces a magnetic field produced by another moving charge, hence experiences a magnetic force. So again, uh, according to this, sorry for my statement here. Again, moving charge, our current, would produce a magnetic field, and because of this magnetic field, any charge that is also moving with around that moving charge would also experience a magnetic force. So again, it's like in the same way as what I have mentioned before in the electrostatics condition, that if this charge creates an electric field, any charge within its vicinity would experience an electric force. Now, since magnetism is basically the interaction of moving charge, that means to say, unlike before sa electrostatics that we're just considering only the charges when they are at rest, here magnetism occurs only when they are moving. So now take note that here, if you have the charge, it already creates its own electric field. But at the same time, when the charge is also moving, that means to say it created both electric field and magnetic field. And because of the movement of the charge, which is our current, it creates that magnetic field, and that magnetic field can be experienced through magnetic force by another charge. But that another charge would only experience a magnetic force if that charge is also moving. So ang key point nato diyan sa magnetism is that na ay magnetic field if mag-move ang katong nag-create sa magnetic field. At the same time, ang magnetic field maka-cause og magnetic force if ang katong gitagaan sa force kay nag-move sa. So mo na ang idea karon diri sa magnetism nato. So another moving current or charge, which is current responds to the magnetic field, experiencing a magnetic force. So it's a two-way, it's a mutual interaction, just like what Newton's third law states. For every action, there's always an equal but opposite na reaction. So katugingon ako ganin, like say for example, we have Q1. Q1 produces a magnetic field, let's say B1, and then that magnetic field will be translated into the force experienced by another charge Q2. So since Q2 will be moving sad, and since Q2 is also moving, that means to say Q2 also creates its own magnetic field, and that magnetic field will also be experienced by our Q1. So it's a mutual interaction yapon as stated by the Newton's third law of motion. So let's proceed. So here, uh, basically a magnetic material, distinguished nga characteristics sa atong magnetic interactions is that any magnetic material has basically a north and south pole. So mo naman asa itong ibawaan sa isa kong magnet. So because of the north and south poles sa imong magnet, sets up a magnetic field in the space around it. And itong ngingon ganina, body near to that object creating the magnetic field would respond to it. It's like before gihapon when we talk about the electric interactions na like charges repel while opposite charges attracts. Here in magnetism, diri naman to mas common na itong hibawan na opposite poles attract while same poles repel each other. So mo na nga to ang interaction pa sa to ang sa to ang kuan sa tong poles sa tong magnetic material. So if they are opposite to poles, they would attract, and then if they are of the same poles, they would eventually repel each other. So whether it's south-south or north-north. And at the same time, another interaction to add this to that interaction is that an object containing an iron has an iron rather, but itself is not magnetized, is attracted to the either pole of a permanent magnet. So notice, di ba, for example, for if we have a metal or an object that is made up of iron, when we place that metal which is made up of iron, remember iron is not necessarily a magnetic na object, but when we place that object, the iron or the material that is made up of iron, when we place that one here to a magnetic na object or magnet, the iron material would be attracted to the magnet in either pole. Just like what we have, what you can see in this slide here. So we have the nails here, which is attracted to either poles of the magnet. Now, before we, another interesting fact here about uh, the kuan sa atong magnetism. As na-mention ako ganina, ang compass na to is basically an application of the magnetic interactions. But why do you think that all compasses would always point geographically to the north? Kung ano man nga masig ahatang nga point or ahatang nga location sa Earth, ang atong compass, as you can previously remember ganina sa second slide nato, we would always see that the red arrow of the compass would always point towards the north pole of our of the earth, or to the geographical north of the earth. So why do you think nga ning ana ang behavior? So basically, as you do remember in your elementary science yapon, the core of the earth, it's basically made up of iron. So meaning to say, we can generally say that Earth is it's also a magnet, but Earth is a very weak na magnet. So weak lang kayang magnet sa Earth. So ang naitabo lang is that, di ba remember sa akong na-mention kanina nga ang interaction nato is that ang opposite poles nato is that it would repel, and then ang imuhang like sorry, ang opposite poles would attract each other, and like poles would repel each other. So since ang atong north pole or ang north nga part sa atong compass is always pointing to the north, it means to say nga ang earth, ang magnetic orientation. So remember ha, kabalo naman jud ta nga kabalo ta kung aha ang north or south pole sa earth. Kabalo ta aha generally ang north or south pole sa earth. But take note that the magnetic orientation of the earth is the reverse of what we know geographically. So if ang sa ibabaw ang pasaka sa tuwa kay mao ang north, and then ang paubos mo dun sa Antarctica is ang south, pabali ang magnetic interaction or magnetic nga kanang orientation sa earth. So somehow dito sa ibabaw sa Arctic Ocean na dito ang south pole sa magnet sa earth, and then dito sa Antarctica nandito ang north pole sa imuhang magnet sa earth nato. That is why ang north na part, ang north pole sa imong compass would always be attracted to the south, to the magnetic south pole of the earth. Again, clarify that one. The north pole of the compass is always attracted to the opposite niya nga pole, which is ang south pole, the magnetic south pole of the earth. Mo nang masaka, ang north pole na to is always pointing towards north, kaya naman to ang south na compass, ang south na pole, south na orientation sa magnetic na orientation sa earth. So as you can see, but here bear in mind sad na it's not necessarily nga ang orientation nato sa atong north ug south kini align sa atong axis of rotation. So naagya po'y gamay nga deviation from that axis of rotation, and at some point magsige na siya change in so many years. And I think recently lang murag pag-ulang na nahitabo nga murag na ay changes sa magnetic nga orientation sa earth, although not necessarily yung murag balik, pero murag na tilt gamay ang angle sa katong orientation sa magnetic compass with respect sa tilting axis sa earth nato. So muna siya. So mo nang ang atong compass would always tend to point to the north pole of the earth. But remember that earth is also, although earth is a magnet, earth is a very weak magnet. So it has a very weak magnetic field. Manang dili kay nato ma-feel ang effect sa iyahang magnetic field. So di na kayo kuan. But notice nga kung makaingon ko nga ning ana ang earth kay weaker ang iyang magnet or ang iyang magnetic interaction kay ang iyang magnetic field. Kay for example, at motong ingon di ba ang compass kay mo align man siya permanently padulong sa north. Now try to place the compass near a wire nga naay nagdagan na current. Then you'll notice that the compass will be deflected. So that means to say na ang magnetic field na ma-create sa wire, sa current sa imong wire is greater than the magnetic field of the earth. So that's why ang earth is mas weak ang iyahang magnet compared sa kanang kuan sa atong mga current na nagdagan sa atong mga electrical wires nato. So ang pangutanan nato karon is that remember before na natin mga problems nato before nga naka-define daw kato mga electric dipole nato. So nato electric dipole, and when I said electric dipole, that means to say it consists of two positive, two charges of opposite signs, positive and negative, but of equal nga magnitude. Now in electrostatic sad, we know nga the individual charges can exist alone. Like for example, although we know that there's an existence of the dipole, we also know that there's an existence of the electric monopole. So monopole meaning to say ilang isa lang ka charges. So motong ingon, if we know nga na dipole consisting of two charges, it's also possible na lalang tayo single positive charge and a single nga negative na charge stand alone on each other. Like mo tong gingon before nga, for example, kani nga charge, it can create its own electric field. It doesn't have to add another charge or to have opposite charge around the charge, that positive charge, para ka nang makakreate yung electric field. So, the positive charge can create its own electric field, and then the negative charge can also create its own electric field yapon. Ini kinahanglan nga murag necessary nga perminti sila na ang duha nga mag-combine sila. So mao na ang idea nato diri sa kanang electric charge, ang idea sa electric charge. But bear in mind that in magnetic interaction, that the analogy of the electric monopole does not exist in magnetic monopole, or wala tay existence sa magnetic monopole ay nganuman. So for example, if we have this magnet here, so as we know, the magnet has two poles, the north and the south. But if we break this magnet into two, if ato ning bungkagon o balion ang magnet into two, notice that when we break that one, it would always create another new pair of north and south pole. So for example, natunga siya dianhi, maka-create another south dianhi, ang sa pikas maka-create another north. So walay nag-exist dili siya, dili may tabo nga kung pikaso na to ang magnet, ang isa ka side is just simply north pole, ang isa ka side is simply south pole. So there's always a pair of the opposite pole permanente. Furthermore, for example, gihapon, maskin pagkapilahon nato na siya break down into pieces, there's always the pair of the other nga pole kibali, north and south pole permanente. So walay pieces na alay magnetic monopole. So mo tong giingon kana siya kay since permanente man nga naa ang north and south pole nato, so for a magnetic field to be created, so dapat permanente na ay ang imuhang magnetic material kay naa permanente north and south pole. And in that case, we can then say na ang direction sa atong magnetic field karon diyan is that goes out of the north pole and into the south pole. So di ba kung maka-remember sa inyong elementary days ninyo sa science ninyo, you do have an experiments before in iron fillings. So sa katong sa mga experiments ninyo sa iron fillings, na mo makita ng murag pattern na ma-form when ang iron fillings is placed into top of kanang magnetic na material. So manotice ninyo nga ang iyang ma-form is somehow parehas ani nga shape nga makita na shape sa arrow nga makita na to dani. So that is because it aligns with the directions of the magnetic field created by that magnet. Again, for any material, for any magnets, the magnetic field by the way is denoted by the symbol B here, and it always points out of the north pole and into the south pole. So sa gawas sa magnet, meaning to say out of the south pole siya and into the south pole, or from north to south siya out of the magnet, but inside the magnet is from south to north nga direction ang iyahang ang direction sa imuhang magnetic field nato dala. So as mentioned ako ganina, it's not just ang magnet ang mag-create og magnetic field. So since we define magnetic interactions as simply the movement of moving charge, then it follows na ang atong mga wires nato, once ato nang pagian og kurente, naa ni ma-create ng magnetic field. And the directions of the magnetic field created by these wires are shown in these diagrams here. For example, let's start with this part here. Kanindri nga figure. For example, if you have a wire here in which ang current kay padulong sa right, so notice that by remember the right hand rule nga kung mentioned before. So if you try to clench your fist with let's say for example, clench your fist nga na ang right fist of course. Ang inyong right fist, ang inyong i-clench, and then try po ninyo nga while clenching, nag-hold mo og ballpen. So let's say for example, the ballpen is, consider the ballpen as your wire, and then the direction of the thumb, let's say for example, inyong i-point towards the direction of the current as shown in the figure here sa screen ninyo. So kana siya makita niyo nga to the right siya. So notice karon nga ang inyong fingers katong i-clench niyo ang fingers karon over the ballpen. Somehow on top of the ballpen, ang finger ninyo is towards, ang pointing sa finger ninyo padulong sa inyo ha. In other words, with respect sa screen sa inyong devices na inyong gitanaw karon, it's out of the screen of the devices na inyong gigamit karon. So padulong sa inyo ka ikan sa screen. But with respect sa ubos, that is on top of the ballpen. But on the other hand, below sa ballpen nga part, you will notice nga ang inyong fingers as you clench it, ang direction sa inyong fingers would then be into the page na padulong sa screen na po, padulong sa screen ang inyong ang movement anan niya. So ang much better nga kanang moral perspective ana is kani nga figure ani. So as you can see, it forms a loop, magnetic field nga ma-create na isa ka current, mag-form og loop kana siya, nag-loop na siya kibali. So mo ni ang murag atong makita nga direction ana, it always forms a closed loop just like kani di ba? As you can see, makita sa nato sa previous nga example kani dire, previous nga slide na ang atong magnetic field always forms a closed loop kibali. And then kani pa nga example, notice na to, if natay coil, kani coil man nga example. So kung mag-coil ta sa atong wire, ang atong magnetic field na ay somehow nga naay kanang magnetic fields nato nga murag sa muagi through the kanang center sa mga coil, and then apoy uban nato nga magkuan mo loop pagawas sa kanang kuan sa outside sa katong na form nimo nga coil. So for example, parehani nga case. So mathematically, ang atong magnetic force is given by the equation nga F sub B. So our symbol for the magnetic force is given by the equation nga symbol nga F sub B. And this is equal to the absolute value of Q, meaning to say ang magnitude lang sa atong charge, times V, ang speed niya, times B, which is the magnetic field, and then you have sine theta. Now, if you can remember, by the way, balikon lang nato, magnetic force is a vector quantity, and then velocity is also a vector quantity, and magnetic field, on the other hand, is also another vector quantity. Now, what this means to say is that kaning atong equation karon nga kaning naatay vector equals vector times vector times sine theta. This is somehow our equation for the in your physics 1, sa physics general physics 1 ninyo, this is simply your cross product between two vectors. So our product here, the cross product natong gi-refer dani isang sa velocity ug sa atoang sa magnetic field. So A cross B is equal to AB sine theta. So for this case, ang atong magnetic field is simply the cross product of charge times its velocity, and then you have cross of the magnetic field. So that is why kani siya ang atoang ang equation nga you have QV B sine theta. Now notice nga ang Q nato is simply kay since ang kani nga equation nga FB equals QV B sine theta is just the magnitude, that means to say that the value or the Q in the equation is simply the magnitude of the charge. So whether it's negative or positive, so it's simply ang value lang sa charge nimo. So walay labot ang sign niya. So just like sa definition na to before sa cross product, ang theta is again the angle between the velocity padulong sa imuhang magnetic field nato. So for example kani nga mga cases nato gani. So sa first case nato, you notice nga ang ato ang magnetic field nato is padulong sa right, and then you have to let's say positive charges diyan eh. The first charge is moving to the right and the other charge is also moving to the left. So in both cases in which the movement, the motion of the charge is either the same direction or opposite to the magnetic field, then there's no electric force or not electric, but magnetic force on it. So again, if the charge is moving the same direction or opposite direction sa atong magnetic field, then the magnetic field does not exert any magnetic force on the charge. Walay force na mahatag sa iyaha dyan sa magnetic field. Kay remember, ang reason kay since ang atong equation kay sin theta man, that means to say if parallel, our angle is 0. If or if opposite, you have 180 degrees. And sine of 0 degree and sine of 180 degrees is equal to 0. So that's why ma-0 jud siya. In contrast, as we already know, sad, sine theta is maximum if our angle is 90 degrees, or in other words, perpendicular ang duha nimo ka vector. So what this means to say is, for example, kaninga sa letter C nato diagram here, for example, we have the maximum force which is given by the equation ka QBB. Kay 1 man atong sin theta if ang atong V diyan is perpendicular to the magnetic field. But as you notice here, magnetic field is still moving to the right, but the charge is moving padulong sa kaning murag pagawas atong sa screen nato. So with that one, manotice na to nga ang force diyan is pasaka ni bali. So this or maximum. In the same manner sad, as long as dili lang parallel or anti or opposite in direction sa atong charge, you still have an amount of magnetic force nga mahatag sa charge nato karon. Naa jud tay angle between the magnetic field and the velocity nato. So we have the equation na dahil nga QVB sine theta. But how did we get the idea nga ang atong force, for example, for these two scenarios, ay padulong pa upward? So unsa may gibuhat nato ni or unsa man ang atong gigamit nga idea diyan na? So if you do remember again in cross product, the direction for the cross product is always indicated by the right hand rule ra gyapon. Meaning to say, i-recall lang tong idea ato sa right hand rule nga ang i-move ninyo ang inyong fingers gikan sa velocity for mo man atong first vector, and i-point ninyo padulong sa direction sa magnetic field, and then inyong i-outstretch ang inyong thumb, and then mao na ang inyong direction sa inyong magnetic force. So for example, notice that in letter C, for sa letter C na to, so try to consider pointing your fingers padulong sa inyo your fingers of your right hand padulong sa inyo and then i-curl ang inyong fingers padulong sa right, ang field na to padulong man sa right. So again, notice that when you outstretch your thumb, the direction of your thumb is upward. So mo na siya ang atuang idea, ang direction sa magnetic field. But take note that na ang direction sa magnetic field na katong right hand rule is only valid for a positive na charge. So again the right hand rule is only valid for a positive charge. Para atong ihatag na kung ganina nga direction. Ganina, notice sa previous nga slide, dire, apart. Nga atong example, dani nga nag-move ka charge is positive 1. But if we have a negative nga charge, still, i-apply gyapon nato ang right hand rule, pero dili ang direction sa thumb ang atong i-consider. It's rather the opposite sa imong thumb. Kung ahaman ang opposite nga, kung ang thumb ni mo, let's say for example, is pointing, or let's say for example, balik ko na ito ni nga diri nga example, in letter C. If, let's say for example, maurag yapon ang direction sa atong charge, padulong sa tua, and then ang magnetic field kay padulong sa right. But instead of positive charge, consider this one as a negative charge. So, by right hand rule, if positive, kabulutang upward. But since, like I said, assuming that this would be negative, then the direction of the magnetic force on this charge would then be downward na dayon. So which is, as you can see, upward man ang atong thumb, then ang opposite sa thumb is padulong man paubos. So for a negative na charge, ang opposite na direction sa thumb ang atong gamiton na direction for the right hand rule. So kana ang atong idea. And then here the SI unit, by the way, for magnetic field is Tesla. So 1 Tesla is given by the unit na 1 Newton per ampere meter. So that's 1 Tesla. And another unit po na to commonly ginagamit is ang Gauss. So you have Gauss, which is equal to 1 Gauss is equal to 10 to the negative 4 Tesla. So here, since as na-mention ako, ang difference naman dyan na to between electrostatic condition and magnetic interaction is that ang sa electrostatic is that we consider the charges to be stationary or at rest, but in magnetic forces or magnetic interaction, the charges should be moving for us to say that there is an magnetic interaction. But remember that electric force still present regardless pag naa or walay movement. So when you have a charge that is moving, an electric charge that is moving, that means to say it creates both electric force, or not rather create, but rather it experiences both an electric force and a magnetic force from a move due to the electric field and the magnetic field also created by another moving charge yapon. And this combination of the electric-magnetic and magnetic force is now what we call the electromagnetic force, or otherwise known as the Lorentz force. So this is the total force experienced by a particle, and it is moving in a region where both the electric field and magnetic fields are present, or naaanduha ka magnetic field o both sa magnetic field o electric field. So that's the idea of the Lorentz force. Similarly, just like what we have in our chapter, I think it was chapter 5, so di ba natin i-discuss katong electric flux, so which is related to the electric field na mupas to a given surface. So in the same manner that we also define here an electric flux, or the magnetic flux rather, which is also the amount of the flow of the magnetic field lines through any imaginary surface yapon. So it's the same concept ra yapon between magnetic flux and electric flux. The difference lang is that here we'll be dealing with magnetic field. Sa electric flux we have dealt with electric field yato. So generally, we can also see here that the equation for the magnetic flux, so instead of katong symbol na to nga E, ang atong, di ba, if you don't remember, the same na atong symbol gyapon nga gamit, ang variable na to. But last time, it was E ang atong subscript indicating for electric field. But here, ang atong subscript na is magnetic field. And instead of EA cosine theta for our angle, or for our equation, the equation for the magnetic flux would then be BA cosine theta. So BA cosine theta ang atong equation, like before na EA cosine theta. And the unit for the magnetic flux is in Weber, where 1 Weber is equal to 1 Tesla meter squared. So that's a unit for the magnetic flux. Now take note na in chapter 5 again, we have deduce the Gauss law na katong the net flux is equal to the charge enclosed over the epsilon sub zero na to. So mo to tong equation sa Gauss law before, meaning to say, in a way, ma-solve na to ang electric field sa isa ka conducting material as long as we know pila ang charge nga na-enclosed na to diadto. So similarly sad, pa-apply gyapon to na to nga katong idea nga ang magnetic flux kay proportional ra gyapon sa magnetic charge nato, which is basically ang ato ang north pole o ang atong south pole sa ato ang magnet. But remember, as na-mention ako before ganina, di ba nga wala existence sa magnetic monopole. That is to say, dili mag-stand alone ang north pole or ang south pole sa magnet nato. Permitted na pares. And since permitted mo na pares, makonsider din mo nga equal na sila nga charge at opposite na sign. So that means to say, the total charge for any closed surface not the total charge, but rather the total magnetic field for any closed surface would be equal to 0 kibali. So the total magnetic flux in any closed surface is equal to 0. And again, the same lagi ng idea, simply because ang imong magnetic field would point out of one phase and the other is mo point into siya. So mag-cancel out ang flux on one side of the surface to the incoming flux put on the other side of the surface. So that is why for a closed surface, the magnetic flux is equal to 0. So take note lang, ang difference sa electric flux, we have Q enclosed over epsilon sub 0, but for magnetic flux, we have the total flux which is equal to 0. So mana ang difference between the Gauss law for electricity and for magnetism. So again, the reason is that ang magnetic field, it always form a closed loop. Now, let's also consider now the movement of the charge in a magnetic field. So, aside sa katong i-mention na to ganina nga na siya ma-experience ng force because of the magnetic field, we'll try to also notice sa effect aside because of that force umuhatag sa iya, sa effect sa iyang motion karon as mo move or as mo labay siya sa isa ka part na naay mga magnetic field. So, what would happen here is that, for example, aning a case karon, try to consider this illustration here. We have a positive charge that is moving on the upward, not upward, but rather to the right. By the way, if you do remember sa katong previous na slide, nalatay balikon ha. Atong diri nga slide, notice ani nga part, atong sa kani diri nga notice nga ang symbol nato for a vector quantity that is outward, meaning to say pagawas the plane nato is Russian dot or circle, and then kung padulong siya into the page or into the screen or into the paper is mura siya X. So ang analogy ani is mura siya kanang arrow. Ang arrow kibali, so kung ang arrow is mo pierce into the paper, ang iyang ma-form is murag X. So mo nang kanang into the paper, X ang imong symbol for the vector. Pero kung mugawas naman ang imong arrow, ang ato makita kay ang tumoy man sa imong arrow, so sa may murag shape sa tumoy sa arrow, di ba, circle lang. So that's why if it's out of the plane ang imong vector, you have the symbol nga kanang murag mga dots nato. So again, I remember if it's out of the plane, you have all murag circles or dots, and if it's into the plane, the symbol for the vector is kanang X kibali. So this is not only limited for our magnetic field. This is also the same for all other kanang vector quantities. Like for example, let's say velocity baka nato or ang atong magnetic force. So mo nang atong clarify for all vectors, ang out of the plane is circle or dots, and then into the plane is X na symbol. So balik ta ganina. So ganin sa motion nato sa atong particle as mag-move through a region of uniform ng magnetic field. Notice in this example, kanina tay charge karon nga mag-move padulong sa right, di ba? And then remember, by right hand rule, ang atong magnetic field dani is into the page. Pasulod sa page ang atong magnetic field or padulong sa screen sa inyong devices nga gigamit karon. So padulong dito ang magnetic field. So by right hand rule, so aside sa katong giyon akong by clenching nato nga sana na right hand rule, pwede gyapon katon tulo ka fingers nga ang thumb nato mao na ang atong force, ang index finger nato mao na ang ato ang velocity, and then ang ato ang middle finger is mao na ang ato ang magnetic field. So kung imo nang ibungkag lang ng tulo ka fingers nimo, i-perpendicular na nimo tulo, mao na ang direction karon sa ato ang sa tulo ka vectors nato. So using that idea ka point na to atong index finger to the right and then atong middle finger padulong sa screen, we notice that our force is pa upward kibale. So it follows the right hand rule. Now in this case, because ating nga force karon tungod ating nga force, instead nga ang charge nimo mag-continue pa move pa right, ang may tabo mura siya mainat, mura siya mabira padulong pasaka. So since mo mabira man siya tungod aning nga force, somehow ang yang motion is mura na din siya mo-follow og circular nga path. And ma-form siya circular kay in all points as mag-change ang iyang direction because of the that force, padulong sa center. Perminti man nga ang imong force ug ang imong velocity kay perpendicular. So since perpendicular man sila at all times, ang mo-form nimong path niya is always a circular na path. So which is if you still also remember in your previous physics sa physics 1, this pattern or this motion is simply a centripetal motion or circular motion. So if you can still also remember, the force associated with the centripetal motion is ang centripetal force, which is given by this equation na F is equal to mv squared over r. So nataan nila equation na F is equal to mv squared over r. But since ang atong force, ang atong centripetal force karon nga muinat sa imong charge move in a circular path in a region of magnetic field is our magnetic force. That means to say kaning F na to dere equal na siya sa ganina sa katong equation na to sa force na Q V B sine theta. So equal sila. So if we equate both of those equation, ang ato ding makuha ang equation is kanina dayon. So remember ha, Q V B sine theta man to ganina. So assuming talang ang perpendicular ang imong V o B, so ang sine theta kay sine 92 which is 1. So ang atong equation na dayon karon is that will arrive or we will be able to derive an equation for the radius of the path. And the radius of the path is given by the equation na mv over q times b na dayon. So kani nga equation. So just remember this equation, r is equal to mv over q times b. So kani ang equation na to sa radius sa path. So again, when the charge experiences magnetic force in a region of uniform magnetic field, then the radius or then the path, the charge follows a circular na path with radius that is defined by the mass, velocity, the charge, and the magnetic field of this is a situation. So mo niya nga to ang R na to. So ayan na yung binding angular speed na to, gani nga equation. Anyway, we'll just focus on this equation. R is equal to mv over q times b na to. Similarly, since just like in chapter 9, atong i-mention ako sa chapter 9 na there are several charges na mag-move through a conductor. Dili na sa ka-charge ang mag-move, then we know that it is called current. So current ang tawag na to ana niya. So since as na-mention na ako ganina nga if naay current sa isa ka wire, natay magnetic field na mag-create. So any charge near the wire would also experience a any charge rather near a wire would experience a magnetic force. And at the same time, any wire, remember, diba, samsang yung before, kanina, kuday, na ang magnetic force na may experience ng magnetic force if naay magnetic field tungod sa lahi nga ga-move nga charge, and then maka-experience po ng magnetic force if katong nga charge kay ga-move. So ga-move ang charge, we need to say current. So ang mga wire nato nga naay current, maka-experience po na sila og magnetic force. So ang force na ilahang ma-experience now then be given by this equation. You have F here, FB gyapon ni siya, the magnetic force is equal to ILB sine theta. So just like similar to the equation ng QVB sine theta. However, what we did here is ato tong remember, we do have the equation for our itong sa atong current before nga. Current is equal to NQ VDA. So katong sa last time na itong equation. So since there are n number of particles naman kan nga mag-move through the conductor, then ang total charge na to diadto will then be given by the total current na dayon. So you have F is equal to ILB sine theta, and with the presence of the sine theta in the equation, it also tells us again that this is simply the cross product of IL cross B nato, IL cross B, L being ang displacement sa imong current nato kung padulong ang current over that given length of the wire. And again, you have B, which is the magnetic field. So generally, if the wire is not straight, we'll be having the integral of that equation. But for this discussion, we'll only focus on situations in which we have a straight wire kay bali. Let's now try to apply these examples to these discussions to our examples. So where do we have the examples na to? Okay, tara. Okay, so let's have this one. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so again, these are the equations that, by the way, notice mo, wala na ko nipakita ganina, kaninga part sa equation. But recall in your physics 1 physics 1 gihapon nga aside from the equation nga katong AB sine theta, we can always show the cross product of two vectors in terms of its components. So kaninga format. So kani siya na equation. So we have IJK, you have Q being outside of the equation. But in this equation no need na nga i-absolute value na tong Q. So included ang sign sa Q. Unlike there is a nga equation nga this would be just ang absolute value kay ang direction niya is indicated by the right hand rule naman. But the anhe kay na naman tayo direction nga IJK, then Q should include the sign of the charge kay bali. So na siya ang itong mga equation. So let's start with the first part. So here, in the first example na to, an electron moves at 1.40 times 10 to the 6 meters per second through a region in which there is a magnetic field of unspecified direction and magnitude of 7.40 times 10 to the negative 2 Tesla. So the questions in the problem are letter A, what are the largest and the smallest possible magnitude of acceleration of the electron due to the magnetic field? And then letter B, if the actual acceleration of the electron is 1/4 of the largest magnitude in part A, then what is the angle between the electron and the velocity of the magnetic field? So here, since wala man dito tayo specified na direction daan ni sa movement na to, we'll just use the conventional direction here. So since our focus is on the electron, assume that the movement of the electron is towards the right. So we have the speed of the electron, which is 1.4 times 10 to the 6. We have the magnitude of the field, which is 7.2 times 10 to the negative 2, 7.4 times 10 to the negative 2 Tesla. And then our unknowns are as follows. So again, the maximum and the minimum value of the acceleration. And we already know nga kanya nga itong acceleration man natong ipangita. So that means say, we need to find first how much force would the electron experience due to this magnetic field. So, meaning to say, ang acceleration nato is mga solve nato using second law na F net is equal to m times a. And then, ang F net sa nato can be solved is considered to be our magnetic field lang. So, atong FB is equal to QVB sine theta. So, mo niya nga itong gamito. So, ang sa first na itong situation in letter A, obviously, as we have already discussed from the discussion kanina, the equation na QVB sine theta is maximum if the angle na to is perpendicular. So, if the angle between the velocity and the magnetic field is perpendicular. So, that being said, we can say that if our electron is moving to the right, then it means to say that the magnetic field should be perpendicular to it. So it could be upward in this case. Kung gihatag ng example, this is upward, but it could also be downward sad. So pwede ana. Then in the second part in which gipangita po na to ang minimum acceleration. Minimum, meaning to say, wala yung acceleration. So zero ang acceleration. And this is zero if our force is obviously 0. So, zero or 180. So, mo po na nga to ang kuandana. So, we have two angles possible for letter A. Three angles, 90 for maximum and 0 or 180 for minimum. And then for letter B na dayon is that we know nga we're given now with the actual acceleration which is just 1/4 of the maximum value it could attain. So, it follows that nga pangutana nato ato is pila man ang angle nga pinahanglan nato karon, pila man ang angle between the velocity and the magnetic field. So let's try to answer that one. So again, I think meron tayong idea sa possible nga result nato sa letter A kay dali naman to nga straightforward naman to nga calculation. So given naman to sa angle, so if that is 0, katong nun, sine 1 or sine theta is maximum if its value is 1, and it's only maximum if the angle is 90 degrees. So with that one, our maximum force is also QVB sine theta or QVB sine of 90 degrees, giving us kani siya nga value, 1.60. Ang charge atong electron, remember ang electron man atong gamo, so the charge of the electron is 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb, and then you have the velocity of the speed of the electron, which is 1.4 times 10 to the 6 meter per second, and you have the magnitude of the magnetic field, 7.4 times 10 to the negative 2 Tesla. So substituting that one in the equation, we now have the maximum force on the electron, which is 1.66 times 10 to the negative 14. So using Newton's second law, ang F net is equal to ma, then the acceleration, the maximum acceleration the electron could achieve would then be equal to 1.82 times 10 to the 16 meter per second squared. So this is a very large number. We have 1.82 times 10 to the 16 meter per second squared. So conversely, for the case na kanang minimum ang acceleration, so minimum force would ang requirement, and that happens when our angle is 0 or 180 degrees. So when that happens, that means to say opposite or direction sa imong electric field, or say same direction ang direction sa electric field sa movement sa imong charge, and that gives us 0 nga acceleration. So for letter B, the actual acceleration there is just 1/4 of the maximum acceleration. So we can substitute the value of we can calculate the acceleration na 1/4. So 1/4 lang ato. Pwede ra po nato diretso ma-substitute sa equation nato. So instead of A being the maximum acceleration, we replace this one with the actual value, which is 1/4 of the maximum. So it follows that nga from this derivation, you will notice nga ang atong actual pod mo force kibali is would also be 1/4 of the maximum force sa sad. Okay, maximum acceleration, maximum force man sad. Directly proportional naman ang imong force at acceleration. If 1/4 lang po ang acceleration, then 1/4 lang po ang atuang force ibali. So since our maximum force was 1.66 times 10 to the negative 14 newtons, then our actual acceleration for this case would now then be equal to 4.15 times 10 to the negative 15 newton. And with that, karon kay ang atong ipangita man kay ang angle man, it's the angle between the velocity and the magnetic field man. So mobalik ta po ta sa equation sa kaping magnetic force nga QVB sin theta. So ang theta na atong gisolve nato. Yung force na po ang atong given di ato nga equation. So rearranging that equation, we now have sin theta is equal to force over QVB sin QVB. So getting the inverse sign of that function, we have theta being equal to sine inverse of magnetic force divided by the charge of the electron times E times the magnetic field, the constant value, the uniform value of magnetic field. So which is then equal to sine inverse of 4.15 times 10 to the negative 15 newtons whole over 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19 times 1.4 times 10 to the 6 meters per second times 7.40 times 10 to the negative 2 Tesla. And that gives us the answer na the angle between the electric field and the magnetic field and the velocity is simply 14.48 degrees. So for example, in this case, if we have assumed our electron to be moving on the positive x direction, right, or moving to the right, then in this case, the magnetic field would be either pasaka dunong sa y-axis, with an angle of 14.48 from the x-axis. Pwede po siya maubusan sa y-axis. So it's either first quadrant or second quadrant ang yung movement if the electron is moving to the right, di balik. So mo ang atong answer for letter B for this problem. Okay, let's have another example. For this case here, we have for this problem. So again, this is application of the magnetic force, but instead of the equation ng QVB sine theta, we'll use the katong vector form sa atong equation sa cross product katong naka IJK, I hat, J hat, and K hat na equations katong gamiton. So for this problem, a group of particles is traveling in a magnetic field of unknown magnitude and direction. So nakuno tay mga particles karon nga nag-travel sa isa ka region na naapay na ay magnitude and direction which is dissolved pa itong pangitaon. So ang isa ka particle nga atong na-observe dani is ang proton. So we notice that a proton is moving at 1.50 kilometers per second in the positive x direction. So notice you have the illustration here nga mo ni atong padulong x kani atong y upward and z nato is basically the three-dimensional aspect that is considered to be going outward or going towards you, going towards us. With respect sa screen lang ha, so with respect sa screen, this is to say nga padulong sa tua ang positive z direction. So the proton is observed to be moving at 1.50 meters per second in the positive x direction, and this proton moving to the positive x direction experiences a force of 2.25 times 10 to the negative 16 newtons in the y direction. So first, again, you have the proton to move into the positive x, and then the force it experiences is now upward, saka the positive y direction. So that is for the first. Another particle that has been observed here is an electron. So we have an electron that is moving at 4.75 kilometer per second in the negative z direction. So that means say with respect sa screen in nato karon it's moving away from us and it's moving into the screen. So you have negative 4.75 times 10 kilometer per second in the negative z direction padulong dito. But the electron on the other hand, because of the unknown magnetic field, it encounters a force of 8.50 times 10 to the negative 16 in the positive y direction. So notice nga both of the charges na gimension nato diani karon, the first proton and the proton and the electron that we have mentioned, both encounter a force that is moving upward, saka ang force ni nila tanan. So with that idea or with that kanang concept karon, with that given, ang pangutanan nato karon is unsa man ang direction of magnitude of direction sa atong magnetic field. So remember nga naka-encounter or naka-experience man og force ang atong moving proton na og moving natong electron. So by the way let me just matawag ka ng clarification. So this is just a simplification of the problem. So do not really assume nga ang proton kay maka-sit mismo sa atong nucleus. 9 chances but not in all cases. So kanina ato lang gi-consider nga murag if ang situation kay would allow the proton to move in a given magnetic field region. So what would be the magnitude and direction of the magnetic field? That is the first question. Ang next na po ng question is that what would be the magnitude and direction of the magnetic force daw? Magnetic force na itong ipangita dahil if we have another electron that would be moving in the negative y direction. So natay second electron which now moves in the negative y axis. So what is now its force? What would be the force it would experience because of this magnetic field? So the electron has a speed of 3.2 km per second in the negative direction. So let's start. So again, we now have this equation. Mamaya itong equation for the general equation for the vector product in terms of the unit vectors. So just remember this one. I do not know if I have discussed the shortcut for this equation sa inyo ha during sa klase, but if not, pwede na nato ni i-recall after our long quiz this Tuesday. So here, notice kaninga part natay remember nga manotice na to diri nga natay tulo ka unit vectors nga associated sa atong mga terms ay naka-i hat, naka-j hat ug naka-k hat. So what this means to say that is each of these terms here associated to i hat, j hat and k hat are simply the components of the force nato sa ang force ang components sa tong force nato. So with the first term being our component of the force kay mo man ang i hat. Ang second term nato mo pud nga to ang y component kay mo man ang atong j hat. And then the third term being our z component since yung unit vector is k hat. So remember nga ang atong proton sa katong initial na itong given na nantay isa ka proton nga moving to the y and moving to the positive x and the electron moving to the negative z. And both of those first two particles only experience a force that is on the y-axis lang. So it follows na since pareha man sila nga ang forces nila because of the magnetic field kay naara sa y, all the rest of the other components cancels out. Mawala tanan mo. Mabilin lang is ang kanilang y nato. So mawala ang x component, mawala pud ang kaning z component. So ang mabilin is kaning fby nato, kaning second term, kaning q times bz minus vx bz kibali kaning equation. So let's start with the proton. So since ang proton nato kay nag-move lang man sad along the x-axis, so wala siyang movement along the y and along the z. So the rest of the components sa z o sa v sub x, v sub y o v sub z nato zero sad. So notice sa atong equation na v sub x lang ang naa nato nga value, ang v sub z nato kay 0. So from that equation karon makita nato dianhi nga ang atong na naman tayo by dianhi. So makita nato dianhi karon nga ang equation nato kay ma-simplify nato into this one. You have q times 0 minus vx times v sub z. So definitely what we can solve in the first part for the proton is the z component of the magnetic field. So it's not necessarily nga ang atong bx kay 0, but because bz is 0, somehow dili ta maka-identify for the meantime kung pila ang b sub x nato. What we can only identify based on the equation is the z component of the magnetic field. So rearranging the equation, we now have b sub z is equal to negative of the magnetic force on the proton divided by the charge of the proton times its speed on the positive x-axis. So by substitution process, kaniya to natay 2.25 times negative of the 2.25 times 10 to the negative 16 newtons divided by 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb times the charge at the speed of the electron ng 1.5 kilometers. So that is 1,500 meters per second. So from this, na-solve na to ang components ang z component sa atong magnetic field, which is negative 0.936 Tesla. So natay z component sa atong magnetic field karon nga padulong sa z axis. So kana ang iyahang value. So next one, so na-solve na to from the force on the proton rather, nakuha na to ang z component. On the other hand, if we go back sa atong electron, the electron kay ang iyang na-encounter man nga force kay y ang gyapon, so the same equation gyapon natong gamiton, but the proton is only the electron is only moving on the z-axis, which is also negative z-axis siya. So from the equation sa nato again, yani ang v sub z nato is naa, but our v sub x is 0. So meaning to say ma-zero ni nga term dianhi, although from the previous slide we already know nga b sub z is not 0, diba? So b sub z is not 0. So mo patugan gingon ako ganina nga though murag na-cancel out at ang b sub x ganina, does that mean to say nga ang b sub x na to is necessarily zero. Murag na zero lang siya atong apart since ang b sub z na to for the proton was zero. Here na sa diani karon case, cancel na to diri ang second term na to. So ang mabilin lang nga term sa atong equation is ang b sub x, ang x component sa atong magnetic field. So we have this equation qbz bx. So our bx then, the x component of the magnetic field is fb over q, charge of the electron, the magnitude of the charge of the electron, times its speed along the, or the velocity rather, along the z component. So this is, sorry, my bad. Again, in this equation, our q is not the magnitude, but rather it is already both the sign on the value of the charge. So since electron man, our q should be negative 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb. So, kani siya. And then we have our b sub x then na 1.12 Tesla. So remember that we have b sub z and b sub x nga kuan na to, nga sana, component sa atong magnetic field, kung kato siya. And from that, na dayon, we can then get the magnitude and direction diyan sa atong kuan. So for this case, since the movement man, ang movement man sa ato ang kuan diyan charges na to karon, or here we can simply say sa diyan karon kay walay component ang ato ang magnetic field along the y-axis. So walay component ang ato ang magnetic field along the y-axis. So from the value of b sub x and b sub z, we have the magnitude to be equal to 1.46 Tesla. So b is equal to the square root of 1.12 squared plus 0 squared for by, and you have 0.936 squared. So that gives us the magnetic field as 1.46 Tesla. And the direction is now equal to, remember, the direction is always the tangent inverse of two components naman. So since doon ang components na itong i-consider yan ang z of x, we can always assume nga ang atong angle is atong i-measure gikan sa x-axis. So that would be 0.936 over 1.12 Tesla. So that means to say that would be our theta is 1.40 degrees from the x-axis to the negative z-axis. Negative ni, remember our b sub z ganina kay negative mo pud to ganina. So somehow ang direction sa atong magnetic field is, sorry, wala na naklaro ka na siya. Ano nga direction? So it's along the plane ha, it's along the plane. So for example, if you're using a laptop now, you could consider na, for example, just try to imagine, for example, ang z-axis is kanang perpendicularly straight sa inyong screen, sa inyong laptop. Ang arrow ninyo para sa inyong magnetic field would be somehow 40 degrees from the edge of your laptop padulong sa screen kibali. So muna yung pasabot sa 40 degrees na to. So you have the angle or the direction of the magnetic field is 40 degrees from the positive x-axis towards the z-axis. So notice on the diagram nga akong drawing diyan. So the arrow lies along in other words, if you're using your laptop, the magnetic field is parallel to the keyboard of your laptop, and it is towards the screen, padulong sa screen, in a way nga murag nakatilt gikan sa edge sa inyong laptop by an angle of 40 degrees. So just try to imagine that one. Okay. So that is our example for the magnetic force. So let's continue for letter B, napamanay letter B. If an electron daw, which is now moving on the negative y-axis, naman daw yung ma-experience ng magnetic force. So, since diyan ang magnetic force man ang atong gipangita, we cannot assume we can cancel all the other components of the force, just like what we have done in the first part of the problem. Okay, kato ganina, for the proton and the electron ganina, we know that the force is simply along the y-axis, so we cancel both x and y for the two charges. But for this case, di na to makancel ang di directly maka-assume na makancel nato. But what we can assume diyan is zero ang atong y component sa field. So in those equations ganina natay makancel gyapon nga mga kuan, nga mga term. So for example, and also remember that the charge here is only moving along the y-axis. So that means to say v sub x and the velocity along the x and the velocity along the axis is 0. So na terms nga ma-cancel which is kani for the first term, kani pud sa second term, ang whole term. Notice ang whole term na to y cancel sad siya. So mo to kung giingon dayto, yeah, this is na mo ako nalimtan ganina. In a way, as we notice nga ang imong force nato kay along the y-axis man ganina, what that simply means to say is that kung naagat tayo, di man gud pwedeng just like bitaw sa first example nato ganina, ng electron lang na wala tay dili ang force man gud nato is always perpendicular to the field and to the direction. So in that regards, wala tay makonsider nga kung ang force na nato nasa y axis, dili pwede nga natay field pud nga nasa y axis kay remember in the first place the magnetic force is always perpendicular to both the Q and the magnetic field. So perpendicular siya sa duwa. So dili na to makonsider nga naatay magnetic field nga component along the y axis. So which is also makita nato dani kay di ba ang charge na to kay nag-move man along the y-axis, wala po tayo force along the y-axis. And then, ang mabilin po for the z components at is kanima lang ang mabilin. So, definitely, ang mabilin ng natong equation is kani, or the force on the new electron karon, another electron, is somehow na a component along the x-axis and along the z-axis, but not on the y-axis. So, substituting the value of q, vy, and v sub z and v sub x. So we have this one. Pana siya. So the magnetic force has a component along the x-axis of 4.80 times 10 to the negative 16 in the negative na direction, while it also has the component in the z-axis in the negative direction z-axis of 5.73 times 10 to the negative 17 newtons. So we can also use again the Pythagorean theorem and the tangent inverse function to solve for the magnitude and direction of the electron. With that, the magnitude is 1.46 Tesla. Sorry, not Tesla. Ano no 1.46? Sorry, my bad. This is not 1.46. I recalculate this one. I think I have not edited this one apart. So, change lang ni siya. I-calculate lang ni nga part na 4.80 instead to the 16, negative 16 squared plus 5.73 times 10 to the negative 16 Newton squared sad. So, i-calculate lang na siya. And then for the angle sad, this would be the answer sad. We have theta which is also 50 degrees from the negative x-axis towards the negative z-axis. So that's our answer for this second problem. Okay, let's proceed with our another example that we have here. Okay. Ay lang, hindi na ito napilot. Anyway, naka-discuss naman to further with the both the application of the atong AB sin theta and the vector forms atong cross product. So, pwede na tayo proceed with another example. Again, we can still further have more example during our class after our long quiz this Tuesday. So just one lang. Just ask me if you have any clarification regarding sa mga previous na part. I will proceed with the example on the magnetic flux. Okay, so we have here, so again, ang atong application sa magnetic flux, right? Ang process nato sa pag-solve nato sa magnetic flux would be the same as what we have done in our discussion sa electric flux. So, consider this situation here. Magnetic field B in a certain region is 0.128 Tesla, and its direction is that of the positive z-axis in the figure. So, we have this one. So, nakunotay magnetic field that is moving in the positive z direction. So we'll now create here an imaginary closed box, which is not necessarily a rectangular box in this case, by the way, but we'll have here a rectangular box which is in this shape. So try to notice this one. So ang question dahil karon is that what would be the magnetic flux across the following surfaces? So our surfaces nga indicate yan is kani siya ang ABF. So notice by the way in the figure, our ABCD nga points are kanidiri nga part sa kaning sa gatindo, vertical nga face sa y ug sa z axis, and then ang BFEC nato is diri pud nga vertical nga surface pud nato diri sa YX nga plane, and then we have ABF nato which is the horizontal surface along the XZ plane, similar to the the horizontal nga face nga CDE on the XZ plane gyapon, and then we have the slanted face of the AFED kibali. So ang gipanguntanan nato is pila ang flux nato in each of this naman ka face. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 phases. So how many or what are the magnetic flux? So what is the magnetic flux across each of these phases here? And then lastly, what would be the total flux? So I think we already know the answer in letter E. So for any closed surface, the magnetic flux is always equal to 0. But we have to prove that by adding all the magnetic flux through each of these surfaces sa atong figure. So remember, natin magnetic field nga 0.128 Tesla on the positive z-axis. So we stay on the k hat. And then notice here that we have the following lengths sa ato ang box. Ang ato ang AB ug ang DC parehara 40 cm. Ang atong BF ug CE 30 cm. And then our AF ug ang atong ED nato or DE is 50 centimeters. Basically kanang kwan man right triangle man 345 nga right triangle. And then the vertical height of AD and FE and BC is 30 centimeters. So ano atong given karon, so that kung isa-isahon, let's start with the ABF followed by the ABCD, and then the BCEF, and then the ADEF. So wala na nato solve ang ang CDE, kay ang CDE nato ang ABF parehas sa man sila. So parehas na sila. Let's try. So let's start. So let's start with the atong buhaton ani is atong imagine siya nga gatan-aw ta sa ibabaw. Gatan-aw ta sa ibabaw ani for the ABF nga part. Let's try to imagine this one by looking at the top of the So for a while, ano man siya. What happened here? ABF. Okay. Ato na sa isa-isahon. Anong gauna man ta sa pandemic? So, kanina lang sa for this particular nga kwandanil, tama dai. Let's start with the by viewing it on the left side. Dito sa left side kibali kay tama ato man tan-aw ang angle between the normal force sa atong area ug sa ato ang sa magnetic field nato. So dito pwede sa ibabaw di magtan-aw. Sakto sa kilid ta magtan-aw daan. So with that one, since ang ato ang somehow kung balik na itong figure, balik sa figure ha, we are assuming nga ang atong perspective is na diri sa kilid sa ABCD, diri tagatan-aw sa ABCD. So that is why you'll notice nga kaning atong makita nga form ABCD diyan ha. So with that one, since nakita na to nga ang ato ang field, ang ato ang field kay padulong sa z-axis, then ang ato ang ang normal vector na to kay pasaka man, which is perpendicular diyan. So we know that is the the flux through ABF and DCDE are just equal to 0. So kabaltaan na. So I think it's already obvious kay wala man joy kuan ni scheme lang ang magnetic field nato over those surfaces. Wala jud siya niingon nga ni pass through. So nag-scheme lang ang ato ang magnetic field nato diana. Then let's proceed the next one. So diri na ta magtan-aw sa top view sa atong situation karon. Let's start with the kuan katong sa I think it was ABCD niyata nga surface. So ABCD man siya. So kani diri nga side ang atong ikuan. So makita na to ang ABC ang normal vector na to for the ABCD is padulong dito. So it is also 90 degrees. So and then for the BCEF katong di ani nga part sa likod nga part kung aha ni sulod kung ato ang magnetic field, then we know nga ang normal force na to is pa outward padulong dito. So since ang imong electric field kay sulod man siya, so the angle between the magnetic field and the normal vector of that surface is 180 degrees. So with these angles for these two surfaces, okay, sorry sad. So let's continue na lang sad. And then lastly, for the angle sad sa kaning slanted na itong surface, so ang atong angle nga gipasabot kay kani diri ay siya, which is notice sa kani nga angle naman tayo sa 345 man nga angle naman tayo given nga katong dimension nila, di ba? So kani siya kani nga angle ug kani nga angle kay identical ra sabay alternate angle theorem sa geometry, equal na sila nga angle. And since kani siya nga surface kay perpendicular man siya ni nga arrow, that means to say kani diyan is simply ang mabilin minus sa 90 ani. So again, kani diri nga part is 90 minus kung pila man gani nga angle. But kani nga angle ay pwede man nato ni siya ma-solve using tangent inverse using sa katong opposite over the adjacent. So ang opposite ani nga angle is kaning side nga BF, and then ang iyang adjacent is kaning side nga AB. Bale, ang atong equation, the tangent of the angle in the inside the triangle, kani siya nga part is kani LBF over LAB, and that is 30 over 40 centimeter, which is 36.9. Remember, in a 345 mo sa triangle na to, 36.9 and 53.1 mo na itong angle per minute. Yan, so you have 36.9 degrees at this point. So that means to say, obviously, kanina sa 345 gyapon, follows nga kanina angle would be 53.1 degrees. So the angle between the normal vector of the ADEF, sorry, this is not ABCD, the angle for the ADEF here and between the normal vector of the surface ADEF and the magnetic field is 53.1. So again, this is not ABCD but ADEF. So muna ni ato ang angle na to. So from that one, as I mentioned na to ganina, 90 degrees man ang ABCD. So ang flux na to for ABCD is also equal to 0. And just like, if you can also remember before, katong sa problem na to sa flux, di ba? Katong sa cube na to nga problem sa flux. Kung pila tong isulod sa isa ka side, which is negative, mauro po to ang mugawas sa pikas nga magnetic flux sa opposite na side, which becomes positive. So we can expect here our flux through the surface BCEF and the flux through the surface ADEF would be equal but opposite ang sign. So let's try to see. So kanino siya itong given ganina. So for the flux sa BCEF, so BA cosine theta na siya. So this is B times ang area sa square man to nga side at to nga part. So and then you have cosine of 180. So we have here this one, which is negative, as I've said, since the magnetic field is into that surface. So it's indicative nga masulod ang imong magnetic field sa imong surface. And then for ADEF, you'll notice nga it would be just of the same value magyapon. So one way to identify whether our angle nga gipili kay sakto na siya is that dapat ang atong masolve ani dani based on the idea of the Gauss law, dapat the same na jud siya nga answer. So from that, our answer would be ani na dayon. So you have 0.01152 Weber. And again, the positive sign is indicative that the magnetic field is pointing out of the closed box. So that is our example for magnetic fields. And then the total flux na dahil would again be equal to 0. All the rest kay 0 man to. Ang mag-change lang is kanila mang kuan, nilang EDF o BCEF na naman ang naglahi. So this is again in agreement with Gauss law for magnetism, which states that the magnetic field through closed surface is equal to 0. So it's like marshal ding ane. So murag ding ana, di ba? For example, if you have a magnet, the magnetic field is just asa na, it passes through one pole, but on the other hand, it also it points into one pole and then it goes out of the other pole kibali. Ano siya? Okay, what else? What do we have? Okay, let's now proceed with the last part. Let's try to see if makahumatag discuss ani nga kuan for the katong motion of the particle in a uniform magnetic field. So here, our problem is that we have an electron at point A in the figure. So we have point A, which is now at the origin, and then it has a speed of 1.41 times 10 to the 6 meter per second. So the question is that find the magnitude and direction of the magnetic field that will cause the electron to follow the semicircular path from A to B, which is 10 centimeter apart. So ang A to B daw kay 10 centimeter apart. So nagpadulong na dali ang atong point B, and the distance between point A to point B is 10 centimeters. And the next is how much time is required for the electron to move from point A to point B. And then in letter C, what would be the answers in letter A and letter B if the particle is proton rather than an electron? So what if proton na po ang atopat? So let's try to solve this one. Okay. So first na tong anong dyan is pila ang magnitude sa atong magnetic field makakos aning motion karon. So remember na lahi man ang mass sa atong proton and sa electron. So recall the masses of proton and electrons. For the proton, for the electron, you have 9.109 times 10 to the negative 31 kilogram. And for the proton, you have 1.673 times 10 to the negative 27 kilogram. So remember again that a moving charge experiences a magnetic force when it's under a region where magnetic field exists. This force due to the magnetic field causes the charge to move in a circular path at constant speed. So constant ang iyang speed at nung nag-move siya sa semi-circular nga path. So uniform circular motion siya. So as we have already derived a while ago before, I think wala na ko napakita before, but here's the derivation. So our centripetal force is equal to m times radial acceleration, where your radial acceleration is v squared over r, and then that centripetal force is simply equal to the magnetic force na to nga qv sine theta. In this case, your v and b, the velocity and the magnetic field are perpendicular. We have 90 degrees, 90 is 1, and that's why our r is simply mv over q times b. So from that equation, ang atong ipangita kay magnetic field man kaniman siya, so mv over qr. So using this equation here, ang remember nga katong distance na to sa atong point A to point B, semicircular path antong A to B, ang direct distance semicircular path ang gi-travel sa imuhang electron. Pero ang direct na distance nimo sa imong A to B ay 10 centimeters. So you need to say if ang path from A to B sa imong electron kay semicircular, that means to say A to D is simply the diameter of that circle. or semicircle, kibali. So our E here, our R here is half of that 10 centimeter, or that is now simply 5 centimeter. What I just did here is ako lang i-substitute na ang R na to is simply D over 2. But you can just use this equation na gyapon na inyong gamiton kay ang 5 centimeter gyapon. So naalay 2 di ani kay that is because I use D instead of R. But if you again, as you can see in the equation, this is 2 me times V all over the charge of the electron times the diameter. So, ano siya, kung wala ko na ko din 2, ilisan ako ng 0.05 tani for the radius, the answer will still be the same. So, mass of the electron is 9.109 times 10 to the negative 31 kilogram. Speed of the electron is 1.41 times 10 to the 6. Then you have the charge of the electron, ana. And then this is now our magnetic field. Ano siya nga value. That is the magnetic field. So, by right-hand rule, so kabalo naman ta ganina nga kung atong balikon ha ang diagram. So, you notice kay centripetal force man ang mag-cause niya sa semicircular motion niya. So, the force is basically kanang padulong adto. So, what we have to do here is ato sang i-assume ang V atong di pa remember sa right hand rule na to atong index finger kay ang ato ang V, then ang ato ang F kay ang thumb. But in this case kay ang ato ang thumb na atong motion kay electrode man. So instead nga i-point na ato ang atong thumb padulong sa right kay mao man ang direction sa full, atong i-move karon nga pagbalik kay dapat opposite man sa thumb ang direction sa or sa negative nga charge. So somehow kung inyong i-follow kung inyo lang i-follow, initially point ninyo ang inyong index finger padulong sa right, then ang thumb ninyo padulong sa ang index finger padulong sa upward, and then ang inyong thumb padulong sa right. So with that alone makita ninyo nga ang inyong palm ninyo would be facing towards you initially. But remember nga kanang orientation, that is if our charge is instead positive. And in this case, kay negative man, so murag dapat balingon na to ang atong thumb kay dapat balingon ta for a negative charge. Ang opposite mo sa thumb ang direction sa atong force. So since the force is negative, or to the right, where this negative the charge, so atong i-flip na to ang atong kamot. So we have to pointing again our index finger to the upward, and then your thumb that nga to the right, i-move nimo padulong sa left. So pointing outward na to imong middle finger karon. The middle finger would now point into the screen of your device karon, of your laptop. So, let me say the magnetic field for this scenario would be inward. So natay inward nga magnetic field. So the direction of the magnetic field is indicated by the right hand rule, which is inward up. So, wala ito na to if needed ba, pero dapat wala siya. Tara. So, for negative charge. In this case, so, itong ingon dara, I highlighted it here. The magnetic field points into the page, magyapon. Wala siya ang result. So, muna akong ingon. So, you can see, muna akong ingon ni kanina nga, kung atong i-flip, kanina ang ato ang kamot, you'll notice that your thumb would point to the left. So, ang middle finger ninyo would point into the page or into the screen. Okay. Ang next part is that we now consider that so you can see the symbols that I use here for the inward direction of the magnetic field is X. Inward ang mukhang magnetic field yan. So in other words, our magnetic field is equal to negative 1.60 instead to the negative 4 Tesla negative K half, or negative 1.60 times 10 to the negative 4 Tesla K half. Yan siya. For letter B, ang atong next na punta na is ang time that it would take to travel man. Yeah, so we can use, remember, uniform circular motion, ang atong motion, ang motion dyan so V is constant, and when V is constant, we can use equation nga distance over time. But ang distance nga yung i-travel din is ang arc sa imong circle. So since kabalo man ta nga ang total arc sa complete na circle is ang iyang circumference, then sa semicircle, ang iyahang arc simply or ang distance kaya ma-travel sa semicircle is half of the circumference. So the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So meaning to say, arc ang arc length sa semicircle is simply pi times r. So rearranging this equation for r v rather, or v for this case would be pi r over t. Easy. So with that, the time that it would take the electron to move from that point to that to from point A to point B is pi times r over v, which is now ma value. So 1.11 times 10 to the negative 7 seconds. Now notice nga the v was already given, and the distance from point A to point B is also given in the problem. So mo ni atong time, and these two here are not dependent on the magnetic field nato. So din independent ang atong R na to, although it would really depend sa value, pero in this case mo man ang atong given karon sa case nga ang R na to is already given based on the situation. So from R nakuha na to ang magnetic field, but here notice nga ang time na to would not be dependent on the value of the magnetic field. So if instead nga ang particle nga mag-move kay proton, then let's try to use the same equation again. So ato nang i-change kay ang mass sa proton, still the same lagi ako ang diameter nato. So ang ato lang i-change sa equation is simply ang atong mass. So instead nga 9.1019 times 10 to the negative 31, we'll use na 1.673 times 10 to the negative 27. So since mas bugat man ang proton, then ang ato apong electric field ani karon is much larger sad. So remember ganina kay murag 10 to the negative 4 ang atong kuan, ang atong value. So here from the value of the mass pod sa imong proton ug sa imong electron, the mass of the proton is almost 1,000 times greater than the mass of the electron. So it follows sad nga ang magnetic field nga nagpa-move atong proton karon would be also as much as that, 1,000 times as the kuan, the electric field if instead nga electron ang ga-move. So yan na siya. Then so for para ma-reach ang the same speed kibali, para in other words, para ma-reach ang the same speed sa imong proton o sa imong electron, dapat dako nga magnetic field ang require para maka-move siya ato ka pas-pas pod or tingato ka ay ang distance. So mo to ang mabutan ni nganong we obtain a magnetic field nga which is also 1,000 times than the magnetic field in the case of the electron. But for letter being apart, and also by the way, in direction sad, instead kato mo na to ganina katong sa kuan sa direction nato for the right hand rule. It's obvious nga nga to ang direction sa magnetic field yan karon outward, like ganina nga inward ang atong magnetic field. So the magnetic field on the proton moving from point A to point B is outward or out of the field. So and motong gingon ganina, since yung speed na to is not dependent on the not dependent, since ang time na to kay dili man siya dependent sa magnetic field, then the time that it would take the proton to move from point A to point B would be just the same as the same as the kuan electron nga 1.11 times 10 to the negative 7 seconds gyapon. Okay, what do we have here? So I'll just probably give you the file for this one para mas tadihan ninyo nga part napon. So we'll proceed with another example na lang. Last example for the katong current carrying conductor nga magnetic field, para at least ma-discuss na to tanang example for the whole chapter. Okay, lastly, we have this example. Okay, a long wire carrying 4.50 amperes of current makes two 90-degree bend, so which is shown in the figure. So mo na ato ang wire kibali, it makes two 90 degrees nga bend. So first is kanidani, and then second kanidana. The bent part of the wire passes through kaning part na ko no, it passes through a uniform magnetic field of magnitude nga 0.240 Tesla, and the direction of the magnetic field is shown in the figure, which is kani, I think. Yeah, it's we have an outward nga magnetic field. So, and the magnetic field, by the way, is also confined to this region. Confined lang siya ani nga region, wherein the region of magnetic field is 60 by 60 are near sa kaning kuan sa ato ang parts ato ang bent na wire. So, ang pangutana karon sa problem is find the magnitude and direction of the force that the magnetic field exerts on the wire. So, pangutana na to kung pila ang magnetic field ani. So, since connected naman ang atong tulo ka segment sa atong wire karon dani, what this means to say is as the current passes through the bends in the wire does not change. So, it's still 4.50 amperes. So, the same lang. And we are also given that sad nga ang bent nga part sa wire na to is also just 30 centimeters. O kana siya ang atong givens. And notice that nga ang LA to an LA plus PD is 60 centimeters. So, kana atong given. So, let's directly click here, answer here. So, since basically we have three portion of the wire here na under or subjected to a uniform magnetic field, we need to say we have to define or we have to get how much field or how much force each of these parts experiences. So, ila man ang electric field na not electric field, ila man ang electric force nga mahatag kang A to B, ang B to C nga portion, kang C to D nga portion. So, ang pangutana kay sa tibok wireman, so meaning to say, atong i-add ang tanang force ng experience ang tulo ka part, ang AB, CD, BC o CD. So, mo nang dili sa equation na to, ang total nga force is simply the forces along each of those three wires. And remember that for the current carrying conductor, our force, the force that it would experience would then be ILB sine theta or IL cross B. So, ato lang sa analyzon kung pila man ang angle for each of this kuan. So, notice nga ang kuan, ang analyzon nato, ang ato ang kuan, in all cases nato, ang imong current kay padulong sa right, sa A to B padulong sa right, sa C to D padulong pod sa right. So basically pwede ra nato jud murag ma-connect ang A to B ug C to D na segment. Pag ato sang i-disregard ang B to C nga part, mausa lang nato ang A to B ug C to D kay sumpay naman yun sila, isa lang sila ka or sa sumpay nang bang murag na put na pwede ra nato sa mausa kay same naman ang direction sa ilang current diyan na. So in both cases nga ang current na to kay padulong sa right, the magnetic field is outward. So magnetic field is outward and then you have the current na padulong sa right. So the angle between the direction of the current and the magnetic field is 90. So yun to say natin maximum nga force. Similarly sad, for the segment nga B to C, the current is upward padulong sa y-axis, positive y-axis. And in that sense gihapon nga padulong sa positive y-axis ang imong current pasaka from B to C, magnetic field is still outward. So since outward padulong sa z-axis then y, so meaning to say perpendicular gihapon ang imong current o atong magnetic field. See, so in all these segments, the magnetic field is simply perpendicular to the wire, to the current in the wire kibali. So in all parts sa atong forces, the angle is 90 degrees kibali. So, nakalahi lang, ato sa analyzon kung saan direction sa nila. So, may right hand rule, wala naman ta nga, di ba, ang movement sa current kay in the direction of the positive nga charges mas. So, meaning to say, right hand rule, right hand rule na yun ato ma-apply dani. So, remember, ang current na to may padulong sa right. So, index finger gyapon na to. And then ang atong field is outward. So kung atong tan-awon karon, ang atong analyzon ang situation, we now have the magnetic field. Medyo, yung i-try nyo analyze or i-try nyo use in yung right hand, you will notice that the magnetic field for AB and CD are downward. So, downward ang magnetic force sa AB o sa CD. Kaya padulong sa right ang imong current, so index finger, then ang imong magnetic field is padulong sa tua or outwards, and then ang field is downward. So, ang force rather, ang magnetic force kay ma-downward na dayon siya. But for the upward na current, outward na field, magnetic field for B to C is to the right. Padulong sa right ang kanang sa ikaduha. So, manis sa ang kaning diri nga part, kaning first na illustration, that is for the segments AB and CD. And then for the segments BC, that would be kuan kanang sa tawag ni to the right ang ato ang kuan B ato. So kana siya. Okay. So given with that idea nga ang to the right ang isa downward, so ang kaning center nga segment is x axis, ang duha ka segments nga E ug D kay y axis sila, so pwede ra mo tong yun nga pwede ra just nato sila ma-add kay parehas naman pud sila og kanang directions of force ibali. So with that then notice nga moninday nato ang equation. So ILB sin theta raman to, and remember sin theta na ko 90 degrees man, so ma-max out maximum ra nato sila. So ILB sa tulo, and then notice lang nga wala jud tay exact nga value sa atong length nga AB o sa CD, wala tay exact nga value nila, but what we have is that ang total length, kung ato lang isumpay ang length nga murag na putol ang AB ug ang CD, that is still equal to 60 cm. So pasabot karon nga kung atong i-add lang ang atong equation, kani man atong equation, so positive ni nga part, so pwede nato ni iuna kay mo ni atong x-axis, and then kaning duha nga force y-axis pwede nato sila combine. So since parehas lang nga negative, we can factor out the negative nga sign, and then what we have is that ILAB B plus ILEDB jhat. So since common factor ra gyapon ang I ug B, kaya ma-factor ang I ug B, ang mabilin lang is ang LAB plus LCD. And LAB plus LCD is simply katong total nga area, ang total nga side sa imuhang field atong gisumpay na itong lens sa wire, nga horizontal nga wire. So with that one, sa X nga component, you have ILBCB, that is 0.324 newtons. And for the FBY, you have negative of IL, total L times B, that is negative 0.648 newtons. So the magnitude and direction of the force on this wire is then by Pythagorean theorem, you have FB, which is equal to square root of 0.324 squared plus 0.648 squared, and that is 0.724 square newtons. And then for the angle side, you have tangent inverse of y over x na force, and that is tangent inverse of 0.648 over 0.324, and that would give us 63.4 degrees from the positive x-axis to the negative y-axis. Or in other words, this would be north south of east. Katong sa south of east ni siya ang atong angle dan. Again, we have this one sa Japon. Hindi na natin i-append kay po natin i-discuss ang tour. So that would be all for this chapter. So tomorrow I'll just post at exactly 3 p.m. kung unsa ang inyong i-sit work for this chapter. So you can study in advance karon, pero at least by tomorrow igo na lang mo mag-answer sa questions nga akong i-post through Google Form. That would be all.